Here's how to use Hoopla, another of Willoughby-Eastlake Public Library's digital collections for audiobooks, ebooks, music, magazines, comics, movies, and TV shows, all free. Each library's collection is different. Unlike Overdrive's Libby app, where you can generally only check out a title when no one else has it checked out, much like a physical book or audiobook, Hoopla allows you to check out a title at any time, even when other people have the same thing checked out. You can get to Hoopla on a mobile device by downloading the Hoopla app from Apple's App Store for your iOS device, the Google Play Store for your Android device, or the Amazon App Store for your Kindle Fire device. But more on the mobile app later. Right now, we're going to focus on using your computer to access Hoopla content. Use a web browser to go to www.hoopladigital.com. Click on the blue Get Started button. You'll need your library card number and PIN if required, and your email address. Click Let's Go. First, it asks you to find your library. If Willoughby-Eastlake Public Library doesn't immediately come up, you can search for it in the top search box. I recommend typing your zip code. But since it's here, I'm going to click on it, then click Next. Here is where you enter your library card number. There's a link to get one if you don't have one already. I'm going to type in my number, then click Next. You'll see the amount of instant borrows and flex borrows you have remaining each month. Click on the I to learn more. Your library provides you with 30 new instant borrows at the start of each month. Instant titles are always immediately available, with no holds or waiting. Want to learn more? Click there to view our help page. I'll click on OK. For flex borrows, you can borrow up to 10 flex titles at any one time. You can always get another flex borrow by returning a flex title you have checked out. If no copies of a flex title your library owns are available, you can place a hold to reserve your place in line. Okay? Down the page, you'll see collections like Recommended for You, Trending, Popular Binge Passes, Popular Flex ebooks, Popular Instant ebooks, Popular Flex audiobooks, Popular Instant audiobooks, Popular comics, Popular movies, Popular television, and Popular music. At the bottom, you'll also see a number of links you can click on. For help, you can click on Contact Us to contact Hoopla about any problems that you're having with your account. For frequently asked questions, click on Patron Support FAQs. Down here, you'll also see the links to download the Hoopla app for your mobile device, but we'll cover that later. I'm going to scroll back up to the top of the page. On the top of the page, you'll see My Hoopla. If you click on that, you'll see Currently Borrowed, Holds, Title Requests, Favorites, and History. Clicking on Browse allows you to pick from audiobooks, comics, ebooks, movies, music, television, and binge passes. On everything, you can narrow down your search by format, as well as author or people, categories, publishers, and series. If you click inside the box, you can type in whatever you want, but you'll also see trending searches. And you can also drill down to be more specific by clicking on Advanced Search. You can turn on Kids Mode. Hoopla Kids Mode helps parents and their children discover kid-friendly content. When you turn on Kids Mode, you'll only see content recommended for kids 12 and younger. If you want, you can require a PIN to unlock Kids Mode. Type it here,
and click Turn On. The gear-shaped button next to it is Settings. You can turn on or off emails. I want to receive emails from Hoopla to stay up to date on content and features. Hold and requests emails. I want to receive email communications about the hold and request status of my titles, on or off, and borrowing history. We normally keep track of your borrowing history to make it easier to borrow items again. Under Library, you can change your library or library card number to sign in under a different account, then click Save. With recommendations, select genres that interest you under a particular format. Hoopla will use your selections to recommend more titles you'll enjoy. You can change your email. You can change your password. You can link a streaming device, such as a smart TV or Roku. Enter the code from your device to link it to your Hoopla account. And lastly, there's another way to get into Kids mode. Let's try checking something out. I'm going to click inside the search box and click on one of the trending searches, even though I could type anything. I'll see my results and click on a blank space to get rid of that window. Right now, my results are sorted by default, but I can also search by popularity, alphabetically, user rating, date added, or release date. Over on the left, I can filter my search results. Let's click on the I by availability to see what those terms mean. What is availability? All titles in catalog. These are all the titles that you currently have access to through your library. Available now. These are titles you can borrow and play instantly without any wait times. Coming soon. These are titles your library has purchased but have not yet been released by the publisher. You can place a hold on these titles to get in line before they are released. Recommend to library. These are titles that your library hasn't purchased yet, but are available on Hoopla. If you see something you like, you can request that your library purchase it. All Hoopla titles. This is everything on Hoopla. There may be titles in this list that require a hold or your library hasn't purchased yet. I'll click on the X to close that. I can also filter by borrow type, flex or instant, format, such as music, ebooks, audiobooks, or movies, user rating, release date, date added, or language. I can also check boxes to show children's titles only, exclude abridged titles, or exclude PA music. That's music with a parental advisory warning for language. You'll see that marked in your search results with the PA. I'll click on this one. It'll show you information about the title, how long it is, what the tracks are, and similar artists at the bottom. Back up at the top, it'll show the last time you borrowed it, if it applies, and also, this title is available for 7 days after you borrow it. This title is available for streaming and downloading, mobile devices only. This means on a computer, you can't download the songs on your device to save them when you're not on the internet anymore. You can only stream them when you have an internet connection. I'm going to click on Borrow, and the pop-up will show the same information, as well as, are you sure you want to borrow this title? I'll click on Borrow Title. It now says you can now enjoy this title through your due date. You can stream it to your browser or download it for offline viewing using our Amazon, Android, or iOS mobile apps. If I click on Play, I'll get a play bar at the bottom of my screen. And it'll start playing. The play button, if I click on it, will start playing again, and it'll turn into a pause button so I can pause that. I can move forward or backtracks. And these other buttons are Loop and Album Shuffle. If I want to return it early, I can, but with instant titles like this one, there's not really a point, since you don't get any credits back for it for the month. Now, let's try browsing for a binge pass. I'll close this window. Hoopla Binge Pass lets you, well, binge. Entire collections of streaming content are at your fingertips with just one borrow. I'll pick this one, Fret Zealot Binge Pass. It says, now you can learn how to play your favorite songs from anywhere. This exclusive binge pass invites you to browse over 100 courses covering all styles of playing for guitar, bass, and ukulele. I can click See More for more of that summary, and I can also click What is a binge pass? A Hoopla Binge Pass makes it easy to stream collections of premium content with just one click. It's the ultimate boredom buster, unlocking interactive, educational, and entertaining media without costly subscription fees. You can explore a variety of content types designed for all ages, including digital magazines, podcasts, ebooks, documentaries, video courses, and more. Once you complete your Binge Pass borrow, you'll have immediate access to the content for 7 days. Simply visit the Borrowed section of My Hoopla when you want to stream your selections. Disclaimer. Please note that Hoopla does not share any of your personal information with Binge Pass partners. Additionally, Hoopla is not responsible for any Binge Pass partner content. Some content may be for mature audiences. I'll close that. I can also click on What titles are included. I can see courses and songs. I'll click Courses, and I can see a preview of which instrumental courses I can access with my Binge Pass. Cool. I'll close that. And in the meantime, I'll click on Borrow. And borrow again. All right, now if I go to My Hoopla, under Currently Borrowed, I'll see my Fret Zealot Binge Pass. I'll click on that, and Play Titles. I'll click on Courses, and I'll start 30-Day Beginner Challenge. I'll pause that. I can skip around to various units. I can save it. I can go back. I can sort by instruments, such as guitar, bass, or ukulele, skills, difficulty, role, style, language, and just browse the wide variety of material this has to offer. But again, you can't actually download these for later viewing. You can only stream these. Speaking of streaming and downloading, next I'll try the mobile app. Let's assume you've already installed the Hoopla app on your mobile device. Since I've already created an account, I can log into that here on the top right corner. You can also create an account on the app itself with Sign Up, but if that gives you any trouble, it's easier to create an account on the computer than log into that account on your mobile device. I'll click on Login and log in again. I'll see a very familiar looking screen, including Recently Borrowed at the top. If I scroll down, I'll see my categories again. And I'll see My Hoopla at the bottom, my borrowed, holds, requests, and favorites, a search bar, and my settings. such as personal settings with email address and password, the ability to hide history, download only on Wi-Fi, and also to cancel my Hoopla account. I'll go back to settings. Library settings again. Notification settings again. And the ability to link a streaming device again. Kids mode is at the top. I'll click on home. Let's say I wanted to download rather than stream. I can click on something I've already borrowed. And there's an option to play or download to your device. I'll click on that. Okay, it says downloading, tap to cancel. And while it's doing that, I can scroll down and look at the tracks, similar artists. And once it's done, I can hit play. The same forward and back buttons work. I'll hit down, and on the top left corner, back, and I'm back to where I was. I'll hit search, and now I'm ready to start a new search that I can later download. Enjoy Hoopla!